Okay, everybody, now that we got that problem done, we can go ahead and go kind of more towards the graphs themselves. You can solve a system of linear inequalities. Inequalities means that you have a greater than or less than sign by graphing. Remember that anything in the highlighted area is an answer. And when you have two or more of them, it's where those highlights, they call them half planes. The answer, the solution is the overlapping of those half planes. So it's where the two shadings cross over. So for the first one, I'll stick with red and blue, and our highlighted area should, where red and blue cross should make purple, so we know like the purple area will be our final answer. Let's call equation number one in this problem the first one, okay? Now the problem is that we got to get that set equal to y before we do anything else. So I'm going to copy it down here. 2x minus y is greater than or equal to -3. I got to get y by itself, so we're going to do minus 2x to both sides. That 3 and that 2x do not get put together. Carry down the negative y, carry down the greater than or equal to, put the negative 2x in front of the minus 3. Now the y is not by itself. A lot of us forget to bring down that negative, but we have to remember to divide by -1. Hopefully you guys are listening really good because right here we're dividing by a negative, and just me saying that is probably enough memory recall that that's going to be a less than or equal to sign. -2 divided by -1 is 2, and -3 divided by -1 is 3. So what we could do right now is we can go ahead and graph that. That is going to be a straight line. That's a y equals mx plus b line. So I don't need a table or any vertex. I'm just going to go to 3, 1, 2, 3, make my initial dot. I'm going to go up to right 1, up to right 1, and I'm going to connect and drag down. I'm going to make a solid line because it's equal to, remember that, from 2-8. There we go. You can go down 2 and left 1 if you wanted to. All right, now I'm going to put my arrowheads on. Some people forget to do that. And I am going to go ahead and change my shading to red so that I can like do red with red, blue with blue. Now this is less than, which means I'm going to put my pen, I know you can't see it, but I'm going to put my pen on the line and shade below my line. That's anywhere here. So this particular area is the answer to the first equation. That's good enough. All right, now I'm going to go ahead and change everything to blue. So I can do my second equation very similar. Got to get it equal to y. So negative x minus 2y is less than or equal to -2. Not okay because y is not by itself. Add x. Hopefully you guys already know this is another straight line problem. So this is -2y is less than or equal to a positive x minus a 2. Now I'm going to divide by -2. We are going to flip our signs again because we're dividing by a negative. Greater than or equal to, there's a 1 in front of this x sometimes we forget about. 1 divided by -2 is -1/2 x. That's hard for kids to, this part right here is hard for kids. So maybe just rewind, it's 1 over -2. And then -2 over -2 is +1. Y is now by itself. This is going to be a straight line because it's y equals mx plus b. And it is also going to be solid, and I'm going to shade above my line because it's greater than. So I'm going to go to 1. You almost have to pretend the red doesn't exist. Down 1, right 2. Down 1, right 2. That's good enough. Grab a line if you hold. There you go. It's a nice feature on Notability. Now I'm going to shade above. So just look at your blue line. If you put your pen on the blue line, go up. Everywhere above the blue line is going to get shaded. I'm going to make that a little bit bigger. That was helpful when it was bigger. Okay, let's do this. So it wasn't quite as purple as I was hoping, but hopefully you guys can see the double shaded area is my final answer. So I'm just going to grab purple real quick and I'm just going to darken this area to indicate that I understand everything inside of here. Any point inside of here that you plug in will plug into both equations and get the correct answer from the get-go. So any x comma y would plug into both of these original equations and give you true solutions. Let's try that again. Now, I'm not going super fast, but I am going fast enough that maybe some of you need to like slow me down. So go ahead and do that if that's put YouTube on a smaller speed if you need to, or a faster speed if you can handle it. Okay, number one, we got to get y by itself. So we're going to minus an x, minus an x. So 2y comes down, less than or equal to, put the minus x first, the +4 behind it. Divide by 2, divide by 2, divide by 2. That's going to be y. Do not flip your sign because you did not divide by a negative. There's a 1 hiding here. So this is negative 1 half x. 4 divided by 2 is 2. Now that y is by itself, I see another y equals mx plus b. That's going to be a straight line. Go to positive 2, make your first point. Down 1 over 2, down 1 over 2. Grab your pen. Long hold will make a line. Good. And so this is a solid line because it's equal to, and I'm going to shade below my line. So I'm going to grab my highlighter, I'm going to change it to red, and I'm going to shade everywhere below my red line. So anything here is a solution for my red equation. Now I'm going to change to my blue equation. Y plus 1 is greater than or equal to negative x. Move the 1 over by subtracting it. Put it behind the negative x. So y is greater than or equal to negative x minus 1. Don't flip your sign. You did not divide by a negative. Go to negative 1, make a dot. Now, there is a negative 1 over 1 in front of that x. So down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1. And this is, again, another solid line. So I'm going to use that line tool on Notability. There we go. Okay, arrowheads. And I'm going to, and this time I'm going to shade above the line because it says greater than. So I'm going to grab my blue. Put your pen on the blue line. Anything above the blue line is an answer for the blue line. So anything in this blue area is an answer for the blue line. And hopefully you can see the double shaded area, purplish. Anything inside of here, anything inside of this area I'm coloring, any x comma y ordered pair would fit the original two equations. Anything outside, anything in just the red would only fit the red equation. Anything in just the blue would fit just the blue equation. Anything like right here, see how like this is like way up here, this isn't shaded at all. No points inside of there would fit either equation. All right, and those are all solid lines. What I'm going to do now is pause the video because I like to do one page per video.